We start by moving the carrots from the cooling area. It's crucial they maintain this temperature until they hit the peeler. We give the carrots a thorough rinse under high-pressure nozzles, tumbling them gently until every speck of dirt is gone. Look at that color.
All right, first things first, we need to make sure these carrots are spotless. They'll run through this vigorous cold water bath before we even think about peeling them.
We start by carefully inspecting the washed carrots, ensuring only the finest make it to the next stage.
Next up, we run the carrots through this industrial scrubber to ensure they're perfectly clean.
Next up, the freshly peeled carrots get a high-pressure wash to remove any residual soil before moving on to the dicer. Next, we feed the freshly washed carrots into the industrial shredder. Look at how quickly it processes them into these fine, uniform shreds.
The carrots are first finely shredded and moved along the conveyor for a final rinse before packaging.
And here we have the foundation of our cake, a generous helping of high-quality, finely milled flour. We're pouring in the brown sugar now, letting the mixer combine it thoroughly with the carrots.
Next, we carefully add the freshly ground cinnamon to the mixing bowl, ensuring a rich aroma.
Next, the flour is carefully sifted, removing any large particles and ensuring a fine, consistent texture. Begin by pouring the golden oil directly into the center of the flour, creating this beautiful, glistening pool. In this stage, the eggs are cracked with surgical precision. The yolks and whites are channeled one way, while the spent shells are immediately removed.
Next, we'll carefully incorporate the granulated sugar into our base, ensuring a slow, steady stream to prevent clumping.
As you can see, the batter is coming together smoothly. Now we increase the speed.
Next, we slowly introduce the finely shredded carrots, allowing the paddle attachment to gently fold them into the wet ingredients.
We're adding the orange batter slowly, ensuring the paddle attachment incorporates enough air for a perfectly smooth consistency.
Here we can see the cheese sauce moving through the homogenization pipes, ensuring that velvety, smooth texture we're looking for.
For step one, we're lining the trays with this heavy dew parchment paper, making sure to smooth out all the edges.
Once the mixture is perfectly smooth, we move it to the automated dispenser for precise portioning into the baking trays.
Now we measure the consistency. We need it thick enough to coat a spoon, but thin enough to flow evenly.
And finally, the batter heads into the industrial oven on the conveyor, ready to bake in that intense, radiant heat.
Look at that rise. The intense heat of the industrial oven gives these cakes the perfect golden brown crust we're looking for before we pull them out.
Once cooled slightly, carefully loosen the edges with an offset spatula. Place a wire rack over the top and flip the cake cleanly onto the rack.
We place the freshly baked cakes onto these industrial cooling racks, ensuring proper airflow around each one.
Once baked, we move the cakes quickly to the cooling racks. This stops the cooking process and locks in that perfect golden texture.
Carefully bisect the cake using a serrated blade to minimize tearing. Note the consistency of the crumb structure as we slice through the frosting. Using a soft bristle brush, carefully sweep the crumbs from the top and sides. This creates a perfectly clean surface for the frosting.
Once the cream cheese frosting is applied, the cakes are rapidly cooled and moved down the conveyor, ready for the next stage of processing. The cakes move along the conveyor belt into the slicing mechanism. The circular blades descend, ensuring perfectly uniform slices every time.
Using the digital calipers, we measure from the base to the top of the cream cheese frosting. We're looking for consistency.
Gently sweep away any excess crumbs from the sides, ensuring a clean presentation.
We move quickly but precisely, making sure each doily is centered.
Next, the cakes are moved to the sealing station. Look at that perfect frosting to cake ratio. Absolutely beautiful.
Next, the cakes move down the line, where the printer rapidly applies the batch code and expiration date.
Once cooled, they're swiftly packaged and sent down the conveyor for sorting.
First, we carefully stack our ingredients, ensuring structural integrity. Then, using
Next, we take the printed barcode label and apply it firmly to the side of the box. Secure it with clear packing tape to ensure it stays put during shipping.